In this video, I will show you how to turn this into this. A genuine guide and not an ego feed like all these other videos that I can see here. The reason I say it's not an ego feed is because unlike other how to climb videos, I will be honest with you. There is no quick way to climb and get better. It will take time and effort. There are no mystery keybinds that'll win you more games. There is no perfect sensitivity. There is no perfect keybinds. Whatever you are comfortable with is what you should play with. Now, when I say this, I'm not talking out of my ass either. From this screenshot here, this is where I started at Overwatch. This one here displays where I ended up when I finally stopped playing the game. You can see it's quite a huge difference, and that took me 4 years to accomplish that. Starting from the absolute worst of the worst first game I'd ever played to being top 500 in only 4 years. Now, 4 years may sound like a lot of time, but in the grand scheme of things, it took me 4 years to achieve what most people spend 4 years doing in the exact same rank. Throughout that entire 4-year period, I was improving and climbing because I put these tips that I'm going to give to you in this video to use. Now, before I get started on the main points of this video, there are a few things that I want to get out of the way first. I know that I did just say that there is no tips that will instantly help you climb. There is one genuine tip that will instantly help improve how you play the game. Use high ground. Just use it. Just do it. Fuck, please just use high ground. Using high ground is literally just a cheat code to get you from bronze to gold. It's important in every single rank, following on from gold as well. And you do not want to drop off high ground unless you absolutely have to. High ground is genuinely important in getting you to high rank, playing safe, playing your life and not feeding your brains out. The other point that I wanted to mention is that the truth about hero shooters is that unless you're playing DPS, and even then, half the time, you don't need to be able to aim. Game sense will get you to high ranks years before your aim will be able to compensate for a lack of game understanding. Now, with the initial points set aside, let's move on to the real stuff, the genuine guide on how to improve in any video game, let alone just Marvel Rivals. Mindset is the most important thing when climbing. Now, what does it mean to have the right mindset? You need to have confidence, a degree of humbleness, and motivation. You need to have the confidence to actually play the game. A lot of people will hit their peak rank and then simply camp it. Instead of putting in the work and just playing whenever they feel like it, having the confidence to play will help you to climb. Even if you lose games, you will always get that rank back if you've already achieved it. Having confidence also means that you need to have the confidence to try new shit. If the game is not going well, try some stupid shit and see if it works or works better. If it doesn't, never do it again. If it does, great. Now you've just carried your team that game. You also need to have the confidence required to actually do something, to make plays, to use abilities, to have the certainty that whatever button you are about to press, whatever play you are going to make is the right play. Even if it isn't, at least you did something. You can always fine tune it later to do it the right way. I was once told by a friend on a different game when I was struggling to climb was an Eternal would have won that game. Fake it till you make it. One very sad point about climbing is that you will need to be willing to sacrifice your friends and leave them behind, because if you follow the steps in this video, you will end up doing just that, leaving them behind. Obviously, you can always create an alt account to play with them on. I do it all the time. Unless you get your friends to follow the steps in this video, which will be very difficult as everyone improves at different speeds, it's unlikely that you'll be able to all properly climb at the same rate. You also need to be humble. No more of this, my team is throwing shit. No more of this, my team sucks and I carried, but I still lost. Yes, it happens. Can you play all 6 people on your team? No. So focus on the 1 in 6 people on your team that you have control over. If you lose, GG. What could I have done to play that game better? What could I have done to win that game? Don't immediately go, nah, my team is shit, I carried and I still lost, it's all their fault. What could you have done? There is always something that you can do more. You should set small goals, things that you will specifically work on to improve on. And then your big goal should always be to hit the next rank. Not the top rank, the next rank. Focus on what's next, not what you will end up at. How do you actually improve though? Now you may not like the sound of this, but there is no quick fix. The best way to actually get good at anything, not just your ranked grind, is to find one mistake that you are making and focus on completely eliminating that mistake. Once you have got the issue completely fixed and you are now doing it without thinking, you can move on to the next mistake you are making. When you are low ranked, the mistakes will be bigger and easier to spot. Once you get to the higher ranks, the mistakes are a lot more micro and take a lot more work to get rid of, and they give you very minimal improvement. But you have to get rid of them and you have to fix them to achieve the highest rank. Now, doing this method, you will lose a lot of games. But the thing to remember is that if you got there once, you can do it again. Rank is not a real indicator of a person's skill. Skill is your ability to improve in the game. That's what makes your skill infinite, rather than being like everyone else who is stagnant for 4 years at the exact same rank. So losing games will happen. But remember that as long as you are fixing your mistakes one at a time, you will win your SR back. Just focus on if you are actually genuinely improving or not. Always remember to have the confidence to keep playing the game. If your mental is taking a hit, take a break. Take a break, come back in a few hours, try again tomorrow. If you can't cope, stop playing. You're not going to learn anything. Now, there are some extracurricular things that you can do to go the extra mile. Whether that is because you are really serious about improving or because you just have the free time to do so, you can also watch your replays in the game. Watch over your replays, watch how you were playing, and try and think about what you could have done differently to not lose that fight or to not have died where you just did. Another thing that you can do is you can try and join a team. This game is actually massive, and I've already seen some teams for lower elo as well as higher elo. There are plenty of Discord servers that operate team-based tournaments and gatherings. Sometimes you can actually end up getting free coaching by doing this as well. You can also pay for coaching once the game is more situated. However, everything you need for coaching is right here. In saying that, having a higher ranked player's eyes on your gameplay will help bring the mistakes you are making to light to make it easier to track and improve on them. I have actually used this information in every aspect of my life. Relationships, work, driving, everything. And it has helped me to improve massively in my life outside of video gaming as well. Now, whilst mechanics may not be the be-all, end-all of climbing, there are some things you can do to work on your aim and other mechanics, but most of it will come with plenty of practice. I used to use a program that you can download on Steam called Kovacs to practice aim, and there is a full in-depth Discord server for it that will go through every tiny little detail to help you improve your aim, as well as having full modules that you can go through to practice. I used to play it a bit, but to be honest, my aim improved just from playing. Like, yeah, it could be way better if I worked on it like this for the last 4 years, but I'm also still in a really high elo without it. Personally, it's not something I care too much about because in my opinion, hero shooters aren't all about aim. The only other thing that I can suggest that you do is watch high elo players on Twitch or YouTube playing the game and watch how they incorporate a lot of the strategies that I put into this video, and watch how they play your specific favorite character. I feel like a lot of the how to play guides do give some mild information, and it might be able to help you find out a few of the mistakes that you are making. So those are also worth a lot. And then also watching pro league games will also help you to learn the game, like the tournament matches. You can watch those on Twitch as well whilst they're happening, and the VODs as well. You can find the VODs on the Marvel Rumbles Twitch channel. Now, I did want to give a massive thank you to you if you did watch this video all the way to the end. Obviously, I don't have many viewers, so I really do appreciate the time that you spent watching this video. If you do want to see more content from me, more informative content, please do hit that subscribe button. And if you can turn the notification bell on as well. Thank you for watching. Bye.